Hi boys and girls, I'm at Tuscany Hills today because we're going to learn about our new letter of the week. Hopefully we can get through it this week. Sometimes it kind of rolls over into next week. It just depends how much work we have to do with each letter, but this is the letter. The letter is J. And we have, I think, 3 students whose names start with a J in our class. We have Jocelyn, Javier, and Juliana. I think that's it. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. If I'm forgetting anybody, I will definitely mention it on our Zoom. But I think that's it. We have 3 people whose name starts with a capital J. So this is the kind of J they make when they write their name. And I don't think we have anyone that has a lowercase j in their name. So big J, little j. Do you think they look alike, boys and girls? They do look a little bit alike. They have the same shape. This part is the same shape, down with a nice hook. Kind of looks like an upside down candy cane, right? Or a handle for an umbrella. But capital J is going to start at the top. Okay, you're going to go down to the bottom, put a nice hook on it like this, and then you're going to come up and make the top. I guess you could make the top first if you want to, and then go right to the middle. Go down and put a nice hook. It's not a skinny hook, it's kind of wide. And then lowercase j, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to start in the middle, go all the way down and put a nice hook on it. This one is going to have a dot. There's only 2 letters that have dots, a little I and a little J. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make it. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna go down. Uh-oh, my marker. I think the cap was off my marker. Oh boy. Give me 1 second. I will find a marker right here. Oh, good. I got lucky. I found a blue one, not too far away. All right, so I'm going to start at the top, go all the way down. When I get to the bottom, I'm going to curve and then come back up, and then I'll put the top on. Again, if you want to make the top first, find the middle, go all the way down, and then probably a little before you reach the bottom, you start curving. Come back up just a little bit and put a nice little hook. I better go a little closer so you can see that better, right? Okay, little j, I'm gonna start in the middle this time. Now I made myself a dot to show you where I'm starting, but that's not the dot on top of the J. Okay, so watch. I'm gonna go down, 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 under the ground, all the way down, nice little hook. Now my dot goes not at the very top of the J and not at the very top of the at the top line. It goes between the top and the fence. I guess this would be up in the sky where the clouds are, but now way up above the clouds. Okay, big J, little j. We'll work on that again this week when we do our handwriting page. You guys know that. Here's some things that start with a J. The first one is jelly beans. So if the word jelly beans starts with a J, then just the word jelly, right? Jelly or jam in a jar, those are all J words. Here is juice. Now when you first look at that, you'll say, oh, there's a glass, okay, of orange juice. But orange starts with the O, right? It's juice that we want to say. It could be apple juice, orange juice, grape juice. Juice starts with J. Okay, these are jewels, or you could call all of it jewelry. Look at how sparkly all those jewels are. And then these, I don't know if you guys are going to know what these are. Have you guys ever seen this little game? There's a rubber ball, and then these little metal pieces, they're called jacks. Put your thumbs up right now if you've ever seen that kind of little game. Well, when I was young, we played that game all the time. Our teachers would even let us bring it to school, and we could play at recess on the playground with our friends. And what it is you put all these little metal pegs on the ground, you throw the ball up, and then you try to grab one jack and catch the ball. And then the next time you throw the ball up and you try to grab 2 jacks and catch the ball. That's called onesies and twosies and threesies. Oh boy, that brings back a lot of memories. Okay, those are called jacks. There's also, of course, the name of Jack, like Jack in the Box. All right, here's our poem. We have an animal here. First I thought that was a spotted leopard, but what that is, it's a jaguar. A jaguar jumps the river with jelly beans in a pack. His name is Jumping Jack. That's kind of a funny one, huh? He's got jelly beans in his sack, and they're falling out, aren't they? Okay, let's do it again. A jaguar jumps the river. Jaguar starts with a J, and jump starts with a J. There's also a type of car named a Jaguar, right? A very expensive car. That's it. With jelly beans, beans doesn't start with a J, but jelly does, in a pack. There's only one in that line. And then I'm going to circle J. His name is Jumping Jack. They use a capital J here because it's his name, Jumping Jack. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 J's in that little story, our poem. Okay, we are done. I just like to introduce the letter J with that pocket chart because it shows you a little of everything. It shows you the sound and how to make it. Here, I think I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like this, and I'm going to read our J Alphachant. Now right away I see a big jar, and what's in that jar? Juice. I think it's orange juice again, just like on the cards. Okay, I've got a title page with a big J and a little j, and then we have 4 words. We have juice, and this is called a jug. It's a big glass jar with a handle on it, a jug. You could put water in that jug or juice. Here, this one says jelly. Now there's also jam and jelly. They're kind of the same thing. And this says jar. I see jam or jelly in the jar. Okay, we've got our 4 words. Let's chant. Ooh, here is a sight word that we have not had yet. The sight word is where. And then you see the little apostrophe and an S. That stands for where's, or where is the juice, okay? But instead of saying where is, we say where's the juice, okay? And that's called contraction, and you will learn more about contractions a little bit in kindergarten, but mostly 1st grade, okay? Where is the juice? In the jar. We know these 2 are sight words, and then jar, we can look at the picture. Where's the juice? In the jar. Okay, they're going to ask us another question with the word where. Where's the jelly? Can you see the jelly, you guys? Ooh, I don't see it yet. All I see is peanut butter. Ah, here it is. In the jar. Now this page says, where's the dog? In the car. Hey, they tricked us. There is no J word on that page. You know why I think they did that? I'm going to go back and read that. And you know what? I hope I read that right the first time. I think I did. Let's do it again. It goes, where's the juice? In the jug. Yeah, did we read that right the first time? Jug? I hope so. I feel like I said jar. Now we say, where's the jelly? In the jar. Shh, Mark. Where's the dog? In the car. Okay, now we're going to read the whole thing. Where's the juice? In the jug. Where's the jelly? In the jar. Where's the dog? In the car. Those are rhyming words. That's why they decide to change it up on us and say dog. Where's the dog? In the car, because it rhymes with jar. That's kind of a silly one. We don't have as many J's as we usually do we? Okay, I'm going to move the camera over to the table. And let me move this down a little bit. I'm going to be really careful. You see all the light from the windows there? Hopefully we're going to be back in our classroom soon and you guys will get to see our room. Okay, I've got the Nat Geo workbook. And the first page we're going to do is our J phonics page. I've got my pencil. I'm going to write my name on it. Mrs. J. Hey! I just thought of something. My name starts with a J, not my first name, my last name, right? Mrs. Jenkins. So I think when we count our J's on Zoom, we better include Jenkins in that, right? Big J, little j. Now, when they make their J here, they don't put a top on it. If you want to, you can put a straight line on that just so that you don't get confused. Now this one is a little bit tricky because to me it looks like a glass bowl, but I see cookies. Why? Where do you put your cookies? Do you guys have a cookie jar? We're gonna call that a jar. Who put the cookies in the cookie jar? Or who took the cookies from the cookie jar? I'm gonna circle that one, jar. The next one is a soccer ball. Soccer, or ball. Neither one of them are J. I'm gonna put a B for ball. And over here by the jar, I'm gonna put a J, okay? Now I know, boys and girls, when you look at that at first, it might look like an airplane, but we're gonna call it a jet. Jet. In fact, we wrote jet last week when we were doing our short E words. So J, I could start that with a big J or a little j. So see how I'm putting it up in the corner? Jar for J, jet for J. I put a B next to the ball. Pig. You guys know what pig starts with, p. I'm gonna cross that off and put a P up in the corner. I guess they just want hand. I don't know if they want us to do hand or fingers, but either one, it does not start with a J, does it? Nope, so I'm gonna put a H. H for hand, okay? We've got juice. Juice, and this time it's not in a jar or a jug, it's in a carton, and we can get juice either in the carton or a jar, or fresh out of the oranges, right? But I see an orange on there. That's why I know it's juice and not milk. So I'm gonna circle that, J for juice. And then I have, now this one might be a little bit tricky, okay? There's a man or a boy, and it looks like they're running, but do you know what you call that when you go out for a little run? You can call that a jog, can't you? So I'm gonna circle that, and I'm gonna put a J for jog. And the last one, I know that's a coat, but there's another word for it, jacket. There's a few tricky ones here because there's more than one name for these pictures, okay? You could call that a bowl, but we're gonna call it a cookie jar. Okay, you could call that an airplane, but I think it's a jet, okay? And that one's definitely juice. The man is running, but you can call that a jog, and that's a coat, but you also call that a jacket. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you can color those too. And then we're gonna do our little Alphachant book, and you guys know how to do this, but I will go ahead and do it real quick with you. And remember what we said when we read that Alphachant? There are not that many words that start with J in this book. I would say fewer than we usually have. They kind of tricked us this time. They made it a little rhyming book. Not so much. The book is not full of J's, but there's a few, right? Okay, so once I get my little book put together like this, you can put your name on the front. It's not a coloring book. You can color it if you want to, but the pictures really aren't made to be colored. So what we're gonna do is just circle all the J's. We know juice starts with a J, or you can use a highlighter. I've got my pencil, so I'll just use that. Jug, juice, jug, jelly, and jar. I'll change my mind. I'll go with the highlighter, or a crayon, or a colored pencil, or a marker. The only problem with markers is they sometimes bleed through to the next page. Okay, I got all my J's right there. And in the first page it says, where's the juice? There's only one J word, that's juice. In the jug, jug starts. So we only have one here and one here. Where's the jelly? In the jar. So we've got jelly on this page and jar on this page. And on the back, we don't have anything that starts with J. It says, where's the dog? In the car. It looks like they're going on a picnic. They put the juice and the little sandwiches they made with the peanut butter and jelly in the cooler, and they're loading it into their van. I think they're gonna go on a little picnic. And that is it. So don't forget, you can write this J book on your February reading log. This is the last week of February. We're gonna be turning those reading logs in pretty soon, so you wanna fill it up. And this counts as a book because you're going to read it when you're done. All right, don't forget, and then put it in your book box. Bye-bye.